And that's where you want to be as well, because that's what's going to help you scale up your law firm. Secret number one, you don't need to sign up clients yourself. Your dedicated intakers and high ticket closers can sign up clients for you. Before we talk about what those things are, let's understand this one concept, that the evolution that most law firm owners go through. The first level that most law firm owners go through is that you take calls yourself. And that's okay, because that's the evolution. That's how everybody starts. And that's where I was. I had to, for 4 years, I was taking all the calls myself. And then what most people do, the next level is that they move over. You start using these services called virtual receptionist services. There's one problem. You're not the only one that are using these services, and it's not ideal. And again, I first had to take on the calls myself. Then for like a year or two, I was depending on these virtual receptionist services. When I started working with these big law firms and I started working with my mentor, I realized that where we want to be is dedicated intakers and closers. Dedicated, that's the most important word. Somebody who's 100% dedicated to you. They're not being shared with anybody else. Have your own people that are dedicated just to you, that are managed by you, that are incentivized by you, and be able to build out this internal intake and closers team. That's where we want to be, okay? This is where everybody needs to be. So if you find yourself there in stage 1 or stage 2, we need to get you to stage 3 as quickly as possible, because this is the zenith of where we want to be. And this is what's going to take you to the next level to not only mentally free yourself up, but also help you sign up more clients. I don't care, even if you're like solo, you'll literally only get less than 5 clients a month, you still need to get this. With growth, you always want to do based on where you want to be. You don't do it based on where you are right now. If you start doing things based on where you are right now, you're going to be stuck at where you are right now. So always think about, it's a very easy mindset shift. Ask yourself, where do I want to be in 6 to 12 months? And start taking those actions now. You build your potential, your infrastructure, your team, your client generation, everything to where you want to be, not where you are right now. And this is one of those things. So let's get to the who. Who are these people? Dedicated intakers are virtual assistants with sales experience who are usually comfortable talking on the phone, okay? Who are 100% dedicated to signing up clients for you. So the 2 requirements, they have sales experience, and they're going to be 100% dedicated just to you. What they do is that they talk to your prospects on the phone or on Zoom. This is one of the first secret sauces. If you want to sign up more clients, sign up your clients on Zoom. Easy way to increase your conversions, just have your meetings on Zoom. When your prospects can see you face-to-face and you can see them face-to-face, that's a much higher conversion rate to be way more likely. The first mental shift, if you're meeting with them on phone, switch it over to Zoom. That's going to make a big difference. And second is they're going to talk to your prospects on Zoom. Second thing they're going to do is they're going to qualify your leads. And this is crucial. And it doesn't matter what practice step you are. You need to come up with the questions that you need to ask your prospects in order for you to find out if they're qualified for you to take them on as a client. If we're not crystal clear on exactly what those questions are, we need to come up with that, and I'll give you the script. What this allows you to do, this prevents your intakers from answering legal questions. All they're doing is they're going to follow a script to see whether that they're qualified to become a client. This is a little breakthrough for a lot of people. Your intakers don't need to answer legal questions. They just have to qualify your leads. Okay, qualify. You're not trying to provide any legal advice. You only provide legal advice when they become a client. So let's not have that limiting belief anymore. Like these people can't provide legal, that's what you do. They're just qualifying. It's a change of mindset, and it's a change in script about how they do that. They simply follow your intake call SOP, which I'll share with you, and that guides your prospects to the finish line. And also what they do is they get clients to sign their retainer agreements. They're the ones in charge to actually send out the retainer agreement. There should be no dependency on you sending out a retainer agreement. No, they should. They should just qualify. If they qualify, go ahead and send them a retainer agreement. And last thing they do is they follow up. And that's the benefit of being dedicated. Whenever you have these virtual receptionist services, it's very like one level. They just take on the message and they relate to you. Where's the follow through? If you don't have follow through, how are you gonna send them up? And that's the benefit, big benefit. These people are dedicated to just following up. They text them, they call them, they email them, and totally get them to sign up. Make sure, again, that your intakers will meet on Zoom. They're qualifying them by you following a very specific script that I'll share with you. They get them to actually send the retainer agreement, and they're able to follow up until your prospects sign up as a client. Second, high ticket closers. So high ticket closers are usually higher level salesperson with extensive sales experience who are, again, 100% dedicated to sign up clients for you. Crucial. They cannot be doing any other jobs. They need to be dedicated, and that's a requirement. In the beginning, the first year or so, when I had high ticket closers, I was okay with like our closers doing other things, either having side hustles or other closing opportunities. I learned from experience that's not sustainable at all. They need to be 100% dedicated. What did they do? Well, they meet your prospects on Zoom. I didn't say this phone or Zoom. I said Zoom because that's what it takes in order for you to close clients these days. They also text your prospects before the meeting to make sure your prospects show up. Okay, it's not just about getting the meeting. You need to actually get people to actually show up to these meetings. So what they can do is you can create an SOP for them, text them as soon as the meeting is booked, text them the morning of, text them an hour before. Also, a lot of these can be also automated in Calendly. Automatic text an hour before and 10 minutes before, okay? Also, they can qualify your leads. Again, they don't answer legal questions. They simply follow your intake call SOP and guide your prospects to the finish line. And they get clients to sign the retainer agreements and follow up. The difference, just quickly go over the difference between those two, is usually dedicated intakers are usually entry-level sales reps. They need to just be comfortable talking on the phone, qualifying prospects. They typically need to follow along with a call script, okay, which I'll share with you. They're usually from overseas. They can also, some can also speak Spanish. So if we have Spanish clients, there's a bunch of good sources for finding Spanish dedicated intakers. And they can qualify for most, if not all, practice types: business law, trademark, personal injury, bankruptcy, whatever you could think about. On the other hand, high ticket closers are usually more seasoned sales professionals with more extensive sales experience. And they usually require a recruiter to find. You usually expect either a recruiter or source for you to be able to find these people. And they're usually more ideal for more complicated legal qualification practice types, like estate planning, criminal defense, immigration, family law, real estate, tax, or anything else you could think about, okay? So you have both options. You're gonna find a lot of these dedicated intakers that can do this for you. Or if you think it's a little bit more higher value, like a little bit more complicated, then you need to tap into the high ticket closers. That's what it takes. And let me just share with you, it's not sustainable and not scalable for you to sign up clients yourself, okay? These are my two truest tests right now. If it doesn't check off both of these, we don't do it, okay? It doesn't matter how good of opportunity it is. If it's not sustainable and if it's not scalable, we don't do it. Same thing for you. Whenever you're making decisions, ask yourself, hopefully you have my voice in your head. Is it scalable and is it sustainable? If it's not, stop doing it. Stop doing it. Okay, this is like a wake-up call for most of the law firm owners. Have this test in your head. I'm here to share with you that 100% of my law firm clients are being signed up by our dedicated intakers and high ticket closers who qualify. They follow a specific call script. They send the retainer agreements. They follow up, and they sign up clients on behalf of our law firms so that I don't have to. And that's where you want to be as well, because that's what's going to help you scale up your law firm. Okay. Now, where to find these people? Well, dedicated intakers are usually relatively easy to find from virtual assistant sources. Instead of legal funnel, we show you how to filter, find, hire, manage, and scale the best intakers for your law firm. Okay, there's plenty of them out there, but you have to go through some kind of filtering process to be able to find the right one, hire them properly, manage them properly, and also scale them up. There's a lot more to it than just finding them. It requires more of like sticking with them and working with them throughout this process in order for them to be successful. How about high ticket closers? Usually high ticket closers are usually more rare and harder to find. How do I know this? Because I'm always on the hunt for high ticket closers. However, good news is in the last, I would say 6 to 18 months, I've been on a mad hunt to find the right sources and the right companies that can source these high ticket closers. And the good news is this is actually a new resource, the newest resource that we're sharing inside of Legal Funnel for our Legal Funnel members. This is shared inside of the Legal Funnel vendors list. It's there. It's on top of the list. It's shared for you. We've already sourced those for you. Okay, so if you're a Legal Funnel member, just go to that. If you know how to find it, go there. If not, I'll be posting about it inside of my Legal Academy. We've already found the best sources. These are the sources that we're tapping into ourselves to find these high ticket closers. And that is shared as a resource for our Legal Funnel members. Okay, that's what it looks like. Ready to go. I'll post about it, Jay, to make sure everybody sees it. So just be on the lookout for a post inside of my Legal Academy today for this document. Okay, so until you build out your dedicated intakers, our high ticket closers team, you're gonna be the prisoner of your law firm.
Lawyer Nation, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, take a moment right now to subscribe right below and turn on the bell notification to get notified every time I post a video, because right now I'm posting 5 videos a week, providing lots of value to lawyers. So click right here to subscribe, and to watch the next most relevant video, click right here. Go do it, go watch it.